Band, welcome. It's great to be back to in-person concerts, and I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Kiwanis for serving the pork in the park today. Let's give them a big round of applause. Back, there's at least a couple people in the band that remember the very first year that we did this. The Maple City Band Board did, I think, a steak fry, but the Maple City Band Board, they did the steak fry, and then they worked the ice cream social, and then they played the concert, and that was just too much. So we're very thankful that our second year, we turned that over to Kiwanis, and they've been doing a great job ever since. Let's also give a big round of applause to the Isle of Flags Committee. I think we're up to 825 American flags flying today. So. And I'll be doing some other thank yous later, but I do want to thank all the Maple City Band members for baking a lot of pies and cakes. Let's give them a big round of applause. So this is our 32nd annual Maple City Band July 4th concert. We are, I did get my technical difficulties worked out for a second there. It was upside down, but I think we're straight now. But we are streaming the concert live on Facebook, so if you know someone that's not here, couldn't be here today, if you want to watch the concert again tomorrow or next week or in December, whenever you want to do it, it'll be on Facebook, on our Facebook page. And it is interesting to see where people are at when they're watching it. We've had people from several different states across the United States, and I believe even a few people from other countries. So we're going to start our concert like we normally do. We now present our national anthem. If you're able to, please stand. Well, if anyone needs a seat, we've still got the expensive seats up here on my right, out in the sun. That for some reason on July 4th, we never quite fill up the park benches, but it's great to see everyone brought their own seating, and we're going to continue on. Yankee Doodle remains a popular American patriotic song that is instantly recognizable by all generations. It comes from British soldiers in the Revolutionary War mocking the colonial Americans. A doodle is a derogatory term that generally meant fool or simpleton. As the tides of war turned against the British, the American soldiers began to adopt the song and used it with pride to taunt the British foes back. So this is Yankee Fanfare. If you were to ask me what are my favorite pieces or what are my favorite marches, it's hard to narrow it down. There are so many, but I know this one has a special place in my heart because it was published in 1906, which was the first year that the Maple City Band was organized. So the E.E. Bagley composed this march actually in 1902 during a train tour with his family. They had a family band, and they would travel by train and then stop and do a concert and get back on the train and do some more stuff. Well, as he wrote this, he became frustrated with the ending and he threw it away. But members of his family retrieved it and secretly rehearsed the piece without him in the baggage car. So he was surprised at their next concert when the band said, "We're playing it," and moments before the concert. It became the most famous of all his marches, and despite this, it did not make him wealthy. He sold the copyright for $25. But this is National Emblem. Our next piece was published, actually I'm reading the wrong line. So our next piece was inspired by the historic and legendary Boeing B-17 aircraft used by the Army Air Forces in World War II. This Fanfare for Band by Robert W. Smith was dedicated to his father-in-law, Roy Benton Hawkins, who was a B-17 tail gunner. He flew operations in Europe as part of the 100th Bomb Group, and this unit was nicknamed the Bloody 100th, and they suffered tremendous losses over the course of their missions. Often they would fly out with 16 planes and only return back with 8, or they would fly out, they would be under strength, and they'd only fly out with 12 planes and return back with 3. So this is in honor of his father-in-law, but this is the Flying Fortress. So next we have a very special piece. This piece was written by Connie Younger, who served in the U.S. Navy for 4 years as a musician. He was based in Japan and also at the Charleston Naval Base. He dedicated it to the Navy Musicians Association. Mr. Younger was a lifelong educator, and he taught in the Quad City area for at least a couple years. His wife, Lisa Keel Younger, is our special guest here today. I was trying to look for her before the concert, but I don't know. If you're here, Lisa, would you just raise your hand, stand up. So Lisa and I have been in touch through email, and now I've got a face to go with a name. But the title of this march is kind of a play on words that makes more sense when you see it. But if you visualize, the composer's initials are the letters C-Y, and if you think about what S-E-A-W-I-S-E, C-Y's march, sounds like C-Y's march, if that makes any sense to you. But this is a nice little march, and this is going to, I know it's been played by a few bands in Iowa and a couple other states, but I believe this is the debut or the premiere in Illinois of the C-Y's march. So I didn't warn the band I was going to do this, but I do this every July 4th, so it's not too big of a surprise. So let me just tell them something for. So we have such a diverse group of musicians up here, and I think that's one of our strengths. And a lot of community bands have different people in it, but we do have people from people going straight into high school in the fall here, up to several college musicians and adults that are in the 30s or 40s or 60s, or maybe even we've got a few people getting close to the 80s. I won't tell you who, but it's nice. They all play together. We all have different strengths and weaknesses, and we help each other out. So I'm going to have everyone in the band who has been in the band for 5 years or less stand up. Let's recognize them. And then our next group is anybody that's been in at least like 6 years up to about 15 years. And then we have our slightly more mature people that have been in at least 16 years up to about 35 years. Quite a few. And then we do have at least a few people in the band that have been in 35 years or more, so let's have those people stand. So this, the next piece that we're going to play, we played it just about every year, 4th of July. I think there was one year I had a different version of this that I thought, well, we'll try that, and I played it, and boy, did I hear about it. So we are going to play, that was at least 10 years ago, but we are going to play Carmen Dragon's arrangement of America the Beautiful next. So last year we had an online only 4th of July, which I actually came up to the park just so I could say I'd been in the park for the last 30 some years, but it just wasn't the same. So I'm so glad that we're able to be back, and I know the band is glad to be back playing. We would like to thank at this time everyone, all the businesses and individuals who annually support us. And I'll just talk a little bit about this as my little public service announcement. We give concerts all summer so that other groups can have a chance to earn some money for their groups at the Ice Cream Socials. I know like Isle of Flags, the first one this summer, did great. They had about $3,000 they raised. And I think that each of the two groups, the other concerts we did, each did $1,000. So today, if you haven't already been by the tent, during intermission, your chance to go back up there and just dig deep and give a little bit more. We do have 3 different ways you can donate. Obviously, most of you are here. If you're here, just drop by the tent, and that's a great way to donate. We do have some forms if you have donations over $50, so we want to recognize you in next year's programs, so fill those out. But I also, we have lots of viewers that watch us on Facebook Live that are not in Geneseo, so I put up just a little online fundraiser on Facebook, and I will put the link later in the live feed so people that are online can donate that way. And anytime during the year, you can use the U.S. Postal Service and mail a check to our Maple City Band treasurer, Tanya Miller. And if you need that address, just let us know and we'll get that address to you. So we have expenses for music and equipment and insurance and rental of storage and many other operating expenses that keeps the band going. So plus, we would like to continue to build the Maple City Band Endowment Fund. So every little bit you donate helps us for our endeavors. This is the 32nd annual Maple City Band July 4th concert, and for the next one, I decided we're going to end up the first half with a popular song from World War I. George M. Cohan, he wrote this, and then he play tested it. He took it to a naval base or a military base in Florida and played it for the military men and women there. They weren't enthused. They didn't really like it that much. But the public loved it, and by the end of the war, over 2 million copies were sold. So this is Over Their March. as Dan says, the Navy is always right. Oh, and I forgot one group. The Civil War Navy is the far, far, far right. So that's like, Dan, just keep going. Keep going. We'll tell you when to stop. Okay, we're going to start our second half, and this is the Armed Forces Salute, honoring all the veterans that are here today and any active duty service people. Let's give them a big round of applause. So our next piece is an arrangement of the Navy hymn composed in 1860 to 61, inspired by the dangers of the sea written about in Psalm 107. It became popular in the late 1800s through the U.S. Navy and also the British Navy. This particular arrangement was premiered in Pearl Harbor as part of their 71st anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor, beginning with the toll of the ship's bell in tribute to those that lost their lives on that fateful day. The ship's bell returns and tolls in the distance to remind us of the incredible sacrifices of our greatest generation. This is Eternal Father, Strong to Save. So there's a lot of works that goes in behind the scenes that you all in the audience don't see, and even some of the band members don't realize how many things go on behind the scenes. But we have a board of directors that does a lot of that work, and I'm going to ask them to stand at this time when I read their name. A couple of them had to be out of town, and so we're a little shorthanded today, but we'll start with our trustees. We have John Bean. Let him stand. And let's give him a round of applause. And then overworking in the tent right now, Vic Bianchetta, working hard over there. And then Lisa Depies in the horn section. And Arnold Tobby, who could not be here today. And yes, let's give him a round of applause also. And then our officers, we have our treasurer, Tanya Miller, in the clarinet section. And our secretary, Meredith McNaught, in the trombone section. Our vice president, Marcia Kurger, who is also out of town and in the flute section. And our co-presidents, Dan and Lorna Dow, who have been working all day long in the tent. So let's give them a round of applause. There's a lot of people that a long list of thank yous I could give, but a couple people that I need to give a big, huge thank you to, and that's my parents. They routinely provide me some home-cooked meals and a place to sleep while I travel back and forth from Iowa to Geneseo to direct the Mississippi Band. So big thank you to Jane and Dale Kaiser. Okay, if you didn't get enough marches, we've got another one for you. This is written by J.J. Richards, and this is the American Legion March. The Battle Cry of Freedom, also known as Rally Around the Flag, is a song written in 1862 by American composer George F. Root. It was written during the American Civil War. It became so popular that the music publisher had 14 printing presses going all at the same time and still could not keep up with the demand. It's estimated that over 700,000 copies of this song were put into circulation. This is The Battle Cry of Freedom. Tuesday, July 6th, a couple days away, we have a subgroup of the Maple City Band, the Maple City German Band. We'll be doing a concert right here on the band shell stage at 7 o'clock. I forget who's doing the... Oh, yeah, okay, so someone's doing the ice cream social, so come out and support that group. And then the week after that, July 13th, will be the Maple City Band's last concert of the summer. So come out for that July 13th and also that July 6th. So immediately following the concert, the Isles of Flags Committee, they always ask if you want to help volunteer. They take a lot of people to put up and take down 825 flags. So any volunteers that help with that would be appreciated with that. And we've got this lovely green and white Maple City Band tent that we could use some people. I know the band people are tired, but someone needs to take down the Maple City Band tent and help with moving some tables and chairs afterwards. So if you can help with that, that is much appreciated. We're gonna have another march. This one's Hosts of Freedom. Would you like one more piece?
Yeah.
Well, I think I got one more piece in the baton. I hope the band has one more piece in their lips. But we always end our 4th of July concert with the Stars and Stripes Forever. So hope you enjoyed our concert today. Yeah, check with, I don't know if they have pork chops, sometimes they have pork chops for sale afterwards, or the band needs to eat, but if there's extra pies and cakes, we'd like to get rid of those too. So hope you enjoyed the day today, and happy 4th of July.